let's now jump into how to understand what is happening when somebody triggers you and how to neutralize your triggers. Okay, so can you all in the chat box on the group put in who is that one person who triggers you and what about them always triggers you? Like you just feel so angry like you can go and kill them. Put it in the chat box quickly. Authority figures, my family, when someone compares me with others. Lovely. They do things repeatedly, which I say don't do, and that triggers me. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, let me give you an insight here, and this is a bitter pill to swallow. But believe me, once you start getting the hang of this, past selfish behavior of my family. Okay. Once you start getting the hang of it, and just these two things you need to remember to neutralize your triggers. Okay. Selfishness. Okay. Okay. Now, the only time a person triggers you, and I would like you all to make a note of this, okay? The only time someone triggers you is A, if you have done it in the past and cannot forgive yourself for it. Or if you think you will do this in the future and you can't accept that or allow that, which is why you keep judging or that people will keep triggering you who are doing that behavior, which you are afraid you will repeat. Or you also have the capacity to repeat. Okay? So let's say if you're talking about selfishness, I'm just going to take this example. Do you have the capacity to be selfish? Have you ever been selfish in the past? And how much does that make you ashamed of yourself? When you cannot forgive yourself for being something, and when you've shut that part away as so unacceptable, and you've locked it away, and then the people who show that face to you are the ones who will trigger you the most because you can't forgive it in yourself. Okay? Let me take another example, okay? When somebody does not respect you. How to forgive oneself. How to detach from someone. Okay. So these are all things that we can take up when we have more time, either in the personal session or the workshop. But I am, okay. So this person who is writing, this is not my case and I am not that selfish person. Would you like to come on quickly and have a chat with me about this? It'll just be easier than me reading your messages from here and trying to figure what's going on in your mind. If you're willing to come on, I'm not sure what your name is, but if you're willing to come on, you can open your camera, switch on your camera, and we will unmute you and add you to this chat. Are you willing? Indira is willing. Yes, please. Okay, so put your camera on. Gaur, whoever this is, 503501. I would love to chat. Viva says I have the same problem, but Viva, we'll just wait for a moment because they've said yes. We'll wait for a few seconds. If they don't come on board, you can come, Viva. Simran, can you check?
checking, but I found bookmark. Okay.
Okay.
I've sent a note request.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Hi, Upma, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm liking the session very much.
Thank you so
enjoying
much.
it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to know that. And thank you
It's a
so much
pleasure
for
to be
coming.
here.
And thank you for coming and being willing to have this chat with me. So can you tell me a little bit about what it is that triggers you when someone else does it?
As I said, selfishness, if someone takes advantage of your character, of your habits, that you try to do everything perfectly, and they just leave it on to you that, yeah, you are there, you will ultimately resolve the issues, solve the problems, and they don't put any efforts in the matter. So that becomes a bit more burdenful for us.
Yeah. So
what is
the quality that they are expressing or being, which is unacceptable to you?
Like they become very lazy and they kind of procrastinate the work. They don't do the work on time. They keep saying that they're going to do it, but they never does it. They do it like that. These are the things.
Yeah.
So they never follow the routine. They never, they make the promises but they don't do it. And there is no trust, remains in that kind of situation on the person. So you become a bit kind of, I don't know. I don't like this kind of behavior. That's what I thought. And I don't do that with people. I'm very I like myself. I do everything, so, the way it should be, like that.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So what I would like you to do right now is close your eyes and just think, was there ever a time where I could have done something like this?
No, it's not that in my case.
Okay. No,
maybe
that's
something
fine.
else.
That's fine. Maybe something else. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Let's
and think now. Was there ever a time that you wanted to do something like this? Like you would love to also just be lazy, not do it, put it on someone else? Was there a time yeah?
So my life didn't give me any situation like that. I had to do what I had to do. It was entirely up to me. There was no escape.
Right. Okay. So this kind of explains. So here's what I want you to do, right? So close your eyes and see that part of you that was never given the choice to be this. Right?
Yeah.
It was always up to you. If you didn't do it, nobody was going to do it. Right? So you had to push yourself and do everything that was required because you didn't have anyone else to put it on.
Yes.
Right? And that is tiring. Right? You would have loved for somebody to be there who you could just also off-shoulder that responsibility to. But you never had that person. Right? Okay. So can you acknowledge that there is a part of you that would have loved to have this privilege of not doing something, procrastinating, not following a routine? Right? There is a part of you that craves to have this.
Yeah.
Can you see that part of you?
Of course.
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah. Now, I want you to give this character a name, right? So this lazy, procrastinating, not following a routine, putting their legs up and just sitting. Let's give this character a name.
Let's call it Choti.
Choti. Okay. Awesome. So let's call her Lazy Choti.
Okay.
Okay. Lazy Choti. So I want you to now see this Lazy Choti. And just observe, what is she wearing? What is she doing? How is she looking? What are the clothes? What is the, what is her smell? What is her height? Like just notice everything about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see her? What is she wearing?
She's wearing a salwar kameez. Yeah, she's beautiful.
And what is her hair? How is her hair done up?
long hair, open hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And how is she sitting? What is the, or what is she? Is she sitting, standing, dancing, laughing? What is she doing?
She's just standing. She's not sitting.
She's just standing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you look at her,
Mhm.
what is coming up in your mind?
I think she needs to talk to someone. It's like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Now, I want you to go and sit next to her, okay, and tell her, come sit next to me. I need to talk to you and understand a few things.
Mhm.
And ask her, Choti, how can you be this or this, lazy, procrastinating, not following rules, just, doing what you want, leaving your hair down, being everything you want to be without a sense of responsibility?
Mhm.
How are you doing this? Just I'm curious, I want to understand. Just sit with her to understand that
Mhm. Mhm.
and see what she says.
She says she's tired.
Yeah, she's tired, so she's taking a break, right?
Oh my God.
What happened?
Nothing. Carry on.
What did you realize?
Taking a break.
Yes. And that
I'm
is,
sorry, I got a little emotional.
no, this is exactly why shadow work and our triggers are so meaningful, because the thing that triggers you is exactly what you want to do. You hate those people because they are allowing themselves to take a break and you are not. So can you
Okay.
close your eyes, go back to that moment next to Choti and tell her, I want you to give me your ability to take a break. I want you to give me your ability to sit when I'm tired and not do anything. For a while, I want to be able to just allow myself to take a break without feeling guilty, without feeling, oh my God, what will happen to all the work, and thinking and overthinking, and then even doing things when I'm so tired. I want you to give me the ability that you have to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask her, do you have any other gifts for me?
Mhm.
Maybe there's a thing or two that you can still learn from her, something else.
She's a bit ignorant, I think. And I
Okay.
don't want to be ignorant.
Okay, so we'll not take that from her. We'll not take, or is it that her being ignorant is where she is willing to focus on herself and constantly not focusing on the needs of others, but being ignorant is translating into where she's willing to focus on herself? Is that a capacity she has which you would like? To just
Yeah,
for
that is a
stop
good
thinking
thing.
about others and think about yourself?
Mhm. Yeah, I think that is the only way to get, ourselves more
Yeah, so
in
that's another
command.
gift.
In command.
Another
Yeah.
gift Choti has for you, right?
Yeah.
So she has so many things to teach you, right? So this is the Choti that you
Mhm.
have made so wrong, because
Mhm.
back then you didn't have the liberty to put your legs up and sit or take a break, right? But
Okay.
now you do. Now you do,
Oh, okay.
right? Now you
Yeah.
do. So can
Yeah.
you close your eyes one last time
Mhm.
and give Choti a big hug and say thank you for
Mhm.
teaching me these beautiful lessons.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I judged you. I judged you because I could never allow myself to take a break. I judged you because I desperately wanted to, but if I took a break, I was afraid everything would get left. There was no one else to take up and do anything. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for myself because I kept pushing myself over and over and over, not realizing I needed a break. And I kept hating you for being the one that was just trying to tell me, stop, take a break. But I'm so glad that we had this conversation today. I'm so glad that you could give me these gifts where I can also focus on myself now, where I can also give myself the permission to take a break whenever I need to. Thank you for these gifts. And anytime I need a break, Choti, I'm going to think of you, smile, sit with my legs up, sip a cup of chai, aaram se, and just be.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And now
It's
think
quite
about this.
relieving. Yeah.
Think about this. All the
Yeah.
people who were triggering you, supposedly for being selfish and, being lazy, were only
Yeah.
people who were giving themselves the permission to take a break. And
Okay.
they were triggering you because you were not giving yourself the permission to take a break.
All right. Yeah.
Right? So the next time you see this
Yeah.
person, anyone being lazy, or anyone you say, "Ye to bas baithe rehte hain pura din," just smile and tell yourself, now you are not an irritation. You are an inspiration and a reminder. I'm also going to allow myself to take a break when I need to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Understood. Yes.
So there you go. Now a lazy
Thank you so
person or a
much.
selfish person in this matter will never
Yeah.
trigger you, because you'll see them and you'll be like, aha, this is a reminder. I can do it too. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for the reminder.
Okay.
And that's how
Yeah.
you neutralize your triggers.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
High five.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. High five.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you so much. So give yourself that and write, maybe a post-it for the next few days. I give myself the permission to take a break whenever I feel like. Okay. It's okay for me to take a break now. All right. Lovely, Upma. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing something that was triggering you. And I'm so glad we could neutralize that trigger. All right. To everyone else, I hope you learned something from this brave woman who came here and shared her trigger. And I hope you understood that truly, deep down, a person who triggers you is either something you cannot accept or forgive in yourself. Like in Upma's case, she could not accept herself for being the person that was, wanting to take a break, wanting to be lazy. And that's why when somebody was being it would trigger her every single time. Okay. And the only other time you get triggered is when you want to do it and you stop yourself, or you're afraid you will do it, or you've done it in the past and you can't forgive yourself. So the next time you get triggered, my friend, just take a pause and tell yourself, I give myself the permission to be that person who I'm getting triggered by, because maybe secretly deep down, that's what I want. Now, it will require maybe a session if you can figure it out on your own, great. If you can't figure it out, a session is something that really quickly helps. As you saw, it quickly takes you to a place of clarity much easily than sometimes you can do with yourself. Because let me admit something. Even though I'm such a skilled therapist and a coach, when I feel triggered or when I'm stuck with something, I reach out to my peers. I have a group of 2-3 trusted people who I go to for different issues, and I get it resolved. Because it's like this, right? Even the most skilled surgeon cannot operate on themselves. So sometimes it's just easier to get a session from someone. Sessions are, by the way, a lot of fun, as you just saw. They don't always have to be serious. They can be light. They can be happy. You can have a conversation to know yourself better. And believe me, when you get to know someone, it's just so much easier to love them, because you understand where they're coming from, why they do the things they do, and then you can't really hate them after that.